We tracked down Pete Hines here at Bethesda. Thanks to Loot Gaming from Loot Crate. It's a monthly subscription service. The gaming crate right now is $26.95 a month. You get $60 plus of retail value goods in there. Everything's licensed. Most of this is exclusive. You never know what you're going to get because it's a mystery. Check it out at lootcrate.com. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. So you've been around since Morrowind days.
Yep.
Start off, first question. What's your favorite Elder Scrolls game? Single player only. Let's keep ESO out of this question.
They're all my favorite. That's like asking me which kid is my favorite kid. Like, they're all my babies. I put all my heart and soul into them, and they're all great.
Which one did you play the most?
I think every time one comes out, I play the most of that. So it was Morrowind, then Oblivion, then Skyrim. Skyrim for sure at this point.
Skyrim for sure. Okay, yeah, I think me too. If not, Morrowind's probably my favorite. So, in Skyrim, do you play it heavily modded or not modded?
Not modded.
Not really, unmodded.
Really?
Just straight up, you don't like
Yeah.
going?
Now, keep in mind, like most of my Skyrim playing, I did back on the initial one, and I played on a console, so unmodded was the only way to go. Like, I didn't have a PC that was really good enough to do mods. I played Special Edition on PS4, but not a ton, and when I did, I played mostly unmodded.
All right, here's the first hard question. So do you have another Elder Scrolls game in the works right now? Are you allowed to answer this?
I mean, as we've said before, we will make the Elder Scrolls 6, but there are 2 other major titles for that studio to make first, and so nobody's working on Ted 6 right now. They're working on those other titles.
Do you know what realm it's going to be set in? Can you tell us anything about that, or give us a clue maybe?
I can't say. I will not say anything about that game until we announce it.
What's your favorite race, Elder Scrolls universe?
Honestly, it changes. Like, I usually play the race from the world where each game is set. So in Morrowind, I played a Dark Elf. In Oblivion, I played an Imperial. And I don't tend to have one that's like, oh, I play that.
Variety of different races. I guess you kind of have to so you can get the feel of everything. You know?
Yeah, and I just like, whenever I play something, I sort of like to play as if I'm from the area where that's taking place. So I play a Nord in Skyrim because, well, that's where they're from. So I'll play a guy from that place.
All right, so we've got Skyrim VR showing off here.
Yep.
Got lots of other games. You guys got your hands in everything right now.
Yep.
But go ahead and tell us what you want people to take away from this show here. And we're going to go check out the VR.
Yeah, we have 9 games hands-on here, all of which are like either coming out this year or already out. So we have 3 VR titles, including Skyrim for PSVR. We have Skyrim Switch. We've got Wolfenstein 2 and Evil Within 2 and Quake Champions free to play, and Elder Scrolls Legends free to play, and Elder Scrolls Online and Dishonor. Like, we have a ton of stuff going on. And we even have a game coming out this year that we haven't even told anybody about yet. So they can wait. It won't be so long. I'm not telling you.
Is it a new IP?
I'm not telling you.
It's
a good try. It's a good try. I'm just not telling you.
All right, how can we trick him? Someone come up with something to write on a notebook, hold it up, and we'll see if we can get him to slip up, you know, and give us some of this information. All right, how many more things are you guys gonna port Skyrim to? You got it on everything. Can we get it on like toasters soon or something?
I think we looked into toasters and it just didn't have the GPU needed. We are still going back and potentially looking at the microwave. I think, but I can't say say for sure.
I think id's got the original Doom running on like more things. See, I think that needs to be the goal. Like, Skyrim needs to run on more things than the original Doom.
Skyrim should be on all the things to exist in all the places that people want to play Skyrim. Like, what's wrong with that?
That's the answer. You guys heard it right here. It's going to be on everything. You can get Skyrim on a camel soon. All right, let's talk about the whole mods. Can we get into the controversy a little bit here? I'll try to be as fair as possible with you.
Whatever you want.
All right, so you got the mods coming out. A lot of people are really worried about what's going on with the whole creation studio and everything. What is Bethesda's overall goal with the future of modding?
We have been supporting mods and making the mod community grow and be viable since 2002.
Right.
And we are going to continue to try and do new things. That's it. Like, we're going to continue to try new stuff and see what works and see what doesn't. We tried paid mods. It didn't work. Allowing people to pay for the mods and having it be that long and all the stuff that was integrated and all the problems, we said, okay, we're not going to do paid mods.
Now, there's a lot of people out there who are really worried that a lot of the mods are either going to go away from Nexus, or some of the people who work on like either the Nexus or on, like, you know, on Steam or whatever, they're going to start working with you exclusively so they can make money. Now, do you think that this could change the way mods are in the future, and that some of the mod creators are going to start doing it just to make money?
It doesn't seem to have been the case from any of the creators we're working with so far. They're like, there's stuff I want to pitch you guys that I want to do for that, and I still have mods that I want to do, and so I'm going to do both. Like, you have to understand, one of the reasons that this is not paid mods is when they're working for us, it's a job. Like, they're not getting paid only if the stuff sells. They're getting paid like an external contractor all along the way. So the risk is removed for them because they're getting paid and treated like a real external developer working alongside us. They want to go do mods in their free time, well, they still can, because this is a job and that's mods, and the two just aren't the same.
So I guess the differentiation for the audience out there, because when they look at it, they're like, well, I'm still paying for it, but you're like, on the other side, you're like, well, we're actually paying an individual who is contributing creative content. So you're paying a developer, essentially.
Right, that you get to take somebody who's known for mods and give them a chance to get to experience being a game developer.
Now, how do you select them? I mean, like, how do you reach out to them, or do they come to you?
It's been a bit of both. Like, there's people we put up, when we put up the Creation Club, we said, here's how you apply if you want to get in. We certainly reached out to some of the ones that were better known and that we wanted to work with, but it's going to continue to grow and evolve. It's not like the only people who could ever do something are the ones that have been selected. And by the way, it's also not that like every idea they come up with gets approved. Like, there's a whole process. They don't just get to do whatever they want. So look, it's early days. It hasn't been a week. I know that people are upset and frustrated, but at the end of the day, like, mods are and will continue to remain free. Modders can continue to do whatever they want through our own stuff, through Nexus. Go nuts.
So I guess that's been my gripe with it so far. It's been the quality of things. I feel like, you know what, over here I can get something for free, but over here the armor, the quality's not even as good as what I can get for free. So,
okay, but hold on.
Is there a more stringent process
but that's
could be
subjective,
right? Right. It's subjective, and we're not requiring you to buy Creation Club creations to continue playing the game that you already own. It's no different than if there's a video game out there. If you don't like it because you don't think it's as good as something else that's free to play or some mod that somebody's doing, well then don't buy it. Like, I don't understand what the problem is that across all platforms that there's an offering that somebody has the choice to buy, because you also have the choice to not buy it.
Right. I guess the thing is, some people may be getting nervous thinking that you're going to stop supporting free mods. And is there any murmuring in the...
We have been supporting this for 15 years. It exists because we wanted it to. Like, we put all the effort into the Creation Club. We continue to put tools out to make sure that modders could do that. We could have a long time ago said, no, you can only make it available through these. There was all this same concern, by the way, which you will remember when we said we were doing mods on Bethesda. And what was the big outcry? Like, oh, they're trying to shut down Nexus and everything else. Did that actually happen? Are you having trouble finding mods on Nexus? Is there a shortage of those? Like, no. People can continue to do whatever the hell they want, have fun, it's modding, play with what you want, create what you want, go nuts.
I'm not sure if you can answer this or not, but have you reached out to any of the guys who make the bigger mods, like the total conversions, like Enderall, and like Fall Scar, some of those big mods?
I don't know, because that's not me. Like, the folks that are running this and doing this are the studio. They don't come to me and say, hey Pete, just so you know, here's the 8 people we talked to today. Like, my conversations with them are more general. I'm not trying to nitpick, are you working with this person, are you not working with that? They have their ideas, they're talking to folks, they're reaching out, they're having conversations, and you know, I'm gonna let them do what they do, which is be developers, and I'll sit here and take the bullets.
Cool, I appreciate the candor and everything.
Sure.
And I want to know from the audience, guys, in the comments, what do you think, hearing, you know, this side, hearing everything? I mean, of course, go ahead, put your concerns and everything in there, because obviously he's here talking to us, so he is listening. So that's cool. And we'll continue to watch this as well on our end.
Sure. Like I said, again, it's early days, and we want to continue to try and grow and evolve modding, and I don't think that you can. I don't think you can do that just by standing still and saying, well, we're not going to try or do anything else different. And I understand why people are upset. I truly do. But at the end of the day, like, we're going to allow the studio to continue to come up with ideas and to try things. Because honestly, like, that's what has made those games great, is they've been willing to throw things out and do something different that people are like, oh no, they got rid of skills, this game is going to be terrible. Like Skyrim was just fine. Like we did okay. That game was really fun. So I want to let the studio continue to try ideas. They won't all be home runs, but we will continue to listen to the fans and do the best we can to make great games.
I mean, you made a really good point about it. You don't have to buy these things. And since I'm here and I have an audience, I mean, I've got like 100 mods I'm running right now with my game. So I'm a gamer before. I'm not even really a journalist. I'm just a gamer who gets on camera and does this. My only suggestion would be high quality, like the big conversions and like really, stuff that I feel like I'm getting something for my money, then I won't have any complaints.
Sure.
That would be my suggestion.
I'm sure the studio will take everything into account as they're figuring out what to do next. But again, you got to remember that what they do, they want to be the same on all platforms, and not all platforms work the same way. And we don't want to do like, oh, we could do this thing, but it's only on one platform. Like, that's not what this is supposed to be about.
So yeah, the PC gamers and stuff who want the Uber graphics mods will have to rely on the current stuff that's already there.
Do you really need my help getting to play Indiro? Like, it's there. Like, it's fine. Why would we inject ourselves into something that's working totally fine?
I guess when you see something that's developed that well, maybe work on them with another huge project, or like maybe invest a little in them or something like that.
For all I know, those conversations are happening, but like that's not what my day-to-day is.
All right, last question. Totally not about Bethesda. What is your favorite non-Bethesda game of all time?
I don't think I can pick just one.
Pick two then.
The original XCOM, Baldur's Gate, or maybe Icewind Dale, which I know Icewind Dale is probably not as popular a choice as Baldur's Gate, but oh my god, I loved Icewind Dale so much. I mean, there's so many. The original Civilization, like, was the first game I stayed up all night at work playing, and then literally looked over and like, oh my god, it's 8 o'clock, people are showing up, I'm still here from the night before. So I have the gold box AD&D stuff. I don't even know if you're old enough to play any of those, but
all the SSI games?
Yeah, all the old SSI games, all that stuff. It's, for my formative years.
Yeah. All right, man.
Well, thanks for coming by. Have a good PAX.
Thanks very much.